Well, hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name's Lisa Marie and I am the content creator behind Yoyarngirl, and we are back for 2025, folks. This is episode 28, and this is my channel where I share mainly knitting content, but occasionally I'll share some sewing goodness and other crafty items. But yes, this is my first full podcast of 2025, and it's not going to be too much, but I do have a couple of things to share with you, and I'm still working on some of my projects from Advent and little things like that. You can find me over on Instagram as Yo_Yarn Girl. Sorry, rusty because it's been a while. I do have a Facebook page for Yoyarngirl, but I'm not really active in there unless I'm doing a knit along or something of that nature. I am obviously here on YouTube as Yoyarngirl, and then I do have an email if you want to reach out to me by email, and it's just yoyarngirl@gmail.com. And I will make sure that all of that is linked below. So yeah, I think we're just going to jump in and get started with today's podcast. I do have one full finished object and a half finished object to share with you. So I'm going to jump right in with the finished object, which is something that's been on my needles a long time. But I finally finished them. I think they were on the needles for me to complete for David for Father's Day. And then when I started Advent, I was going to complete them for Christmas. I didn't quite get them done. It was close, but I have not got them. I did not get them done completely. And let me back up. I'm just rambling super quickly. I have recently taken a promotion, and so I have moved from Colorado to Arizona, and same company, just a different role, and we have not completely moved here. So I'm in a temporary place. David is coming back and forth, and I'm going back. We're commuting back and forth, but we're hoping to be settled in our new home in March here in Phoenix, in the Phoenix area. But anyway, so getting back to my finished objects, it's a vanilla socks that I made for David. And you know what? I think this is, I don't know if this is going to show you in the right way, so I'm going to try and change this. Give me a second. I don't know what I did. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back, and I'm going to have to leave this exactly how I had it, so sorry. Like I said, it's been a while since I've done a full podcast. I did do Vlogmas, but I didn't get all the way through it. I think I got to day like 20 or 21. But anyways, we're just going to try to trudge ahead. But yes, I finished these socks for David. So super happy with them. I used just a random full skein for the heel and toe that I had. I was going to knit socks actually for him in just that. And I've used it now a couple of times for just heels and toes. And I'm probably going to make another pair of these where I stripe. I'm going to do big stripes with the self-striping sock. And this is like don't remember the exact brand. I think it's all over on my Ravelry page, but it's like a Regia. So I know it's a German brand yarn. So yeah, you can find all that over on my Ravelry page, and I will try to link to this project page below. So be looking for that. But that is my one and only finished object at this moment. All right, so I did manage to get I had 4 Advents. One was a swap with a swap partner through Carla Knits. I got a DK weight 12-day from Craftly Designs, and she's out of Colorado Springs, Colorado. I got my normal Chelsea Luxe, and I got my Ruby and Roses. And Chelsea and Ruby and Roses I've been getting for some time now, but yeah, so I had those come in, and I brought all that stuff with me when I moved here, because I moved the Saturday after Thanksgiving. I moved to Phoenix, and so I worked on a couple of projects with my Advents, one with my swap, and then I started one with the Ruby and Roses, but I haven't gotten very far in those. But anyways, I will show those because those are my works in progress. They're both well, they'll kind of be scrappy. So this is my Scrappy biased shawl, and I am using, for the most part, my swap partners advents. I'm going to have to add some more because I started using the swap for another project I'm working on. But this is what I have so far. And I'm absolutely loving the yarns, love the colors. And yeah, I'm really enjoying this project. And so like tomorrow, I will probably do, today's Saturday, I will probably do a little bit of knitting on it because it's a scrappy project. So it'll be my Scrappy Sunday project. But yeah, I really like that. And these are just all random minis. So for the swap that I do with my swap partner through Carla Knits, it's 12 days, and you just go through your stash and you wind up 10-gram minis. Obviously, you can, if you have 10-gram minis around that you're not going to use, you can also send those. But yeah, you just swap, and I have had the best swap partners since I've been doing this. I believe is my 4th year doing this with Carla, and it's maybe my 3rd. But fantastic swap partners. So, but this was Amy this year, so thank you, Amy. She put together such a fantastic swap for me. So hopefully she enjoyed what I was able to put together for her. But yeah, I've been just totally spoiled by my swap partners. So super grateful. But yes. And this is the designer for this. I'll have to link it. She's out of Salt Lake. It's a sister duo. They used to have a podcast together. Now they have separate podcasts. And I can't think of her name, so I'll link to the pattern below. But yeah, so I'm super excited with this one. And it's housed currently in my bag that I got with my Chelsea Advent, it was all rodeo themed. It has one of her little ties from the scarves that she does. So super excited about that project. And then I started another project with my Ruby and Roses, and this is the Scrappy. I think this is just it's a wrap, so it may be the scrap wrap. I'll link to it, as I said, for all these things. But this is either a half fisherman's rib or a fisherman's rib. So you are knitting one row, and then on the next row you are knitting one below and purling one. But love, love, love this. Super squishy, including my hair in there. And any of you that know me, you know that I am a purple lover of yarns. So these are right up my alley. This is like super easy. It's a 2-row repeat. Sorry, but I decided to change it up a little bit and go a little bit rogue. I'm doing that with, we'll talk more about that later, but I've been going a little bit rogue with projects. And so I decided that I'm going to do one mini in the pattern, and then I'm going to stripe in between that with random mohair that I have. And on that row, I'm doing 2 or 3 rows. I think it's 3. It's 3 rows of garter in mohair. So I ordered some mohair from Blackbird Fibers in a blue color, because as you get through this Advent, it does go into some other colors. But yeah, I am I'm just loving this. Absolutely loving this. And I'm working this on a, yes, I think it's a US 6. Yes, US 6 4mm needle. And it's going pretty quickly, but love the project. So there's that with my Advent from my Ruby and Roses. Sorry, I'm going to take I'm just drinking some tea, and this is Christmas in Paris. And Amber from A Lovely Yarn talks about this on her Vlogmas and podcasts. So I ordered a whole box of it from Amazon for this past holiday season, and I'm drinking my way through it. and I absolutely love it. Okay, so I think, oh, I want to talk about my poncho. This is a pattern by Amy Palco. It's called the Korean Poncho, which I started last Advent season. Chelsea, Christina of Chelsea Lux, and Marilisa of A Girl Meets Yarn. They did this 2023's Advent, I believe. They did this pattern, and they were using 2023's Advent. I went back to my 2022's Advent from Chelsea Lux, and I started this poncho, and I absolutely love it. Should have been done long before this, but this is just one I pick up and I put down. But I am getting close. I am now working on the ribbing, and I probably have, I think, like an inch more of ribbing to go, and then I will be ready to bind this project off and wear this. And trust me, because I am in Phoenix, you know, during the summers it's very hot. Spring it gets hot, but when you walk into a restaurant or a store, freezing with the AC, and I'm going to be able to throw this poncho on, and then I can take it back off if I need to. But this is my Korean poncho. And I absolutely love it. So, as I said, I'm working on the ribbing, and I've got about an inch more of that to go. And I'm hoping to finish it. This is a holiday weekend for us, so we've got Martin Luther King Day on Monday. So I am off from work. For those of us here in the U.S., some of us are off, some of us aren't. But yes, I am absolutely loving this. And I love all the colors together. You know, it's definitely, it's on the scrappier side, but love it. And I'm holding my Advent together with a strand of lace weight from Expression Fiber Arts. It's just a basically a white colored lace weight from Expression Fiber Arts. And yeah, I love it. So I decided not to do mohair on this. I had that lace weight in my stash, but I do want to do another one. Don't know which Advent I'm going to do because I still have several Advents that will be coming when all my stuff comes. And I want to hold that with a mohair. So I'll have a mohair and a lace weight version, but you know, it's DK, but when you hold them all together, you're getting a DK weight. So, but I love this pattern. Super easy. It's a great pattern to just sit and, you know, watch TV on the weekends or whatever you're doing, and you can knit. So, because it's easy. So yeah, I am super excited about my Korean poncho. Okay. So my next work in progress is my Salty Day sweater, and I was in a knit along for this. Didn't finish it, you know, with the knit along, but I am going to finish this. And I love this sweater. It's the Salty Day sweater by Kutava Kika is her like business name, but it's Veronica Lindbergh, I believe. And this is my Salty Day. Of course, it's in purple, and it's a there's cables and some lace, and it's just such a great pattern. There were, you know, there was some feedback about the pattern because apparently in one of the charts there was a mistake. She didn't, I don't think it was a mistake. It was the way it was written out. It wasn't super clear. So she did go back and address that on the Ravelry page. I don't know that the pattern has been updated. I haven't gotten an update to the pattern. So I'm going to say no, but I'm so glad that we were in that group because people began to talk about it. So I was able to go and see exactly what she meant by what was in the chart. So I think I did okay on that part of the chart. But yeah, I cannot wait to get this off the needles and get this on. I'm sorry, I've got this hair that's just bothering me. I'm a shedder. So yeah, I love this, and I'm holding this together. So this yarn, I think this is it calls for a DK. It may call for a worsted, but I will link the pattern in my project page below. I'm holding together, this is all yarn from my stash. So I'm holding a DK weight Cloudborne. I want to say this is a non-superwash, 100% merino, but Cloudborne's no longer in business, but I had a lot of this in my stash. So I'm holding this together with a Knit Picks Aloft in Eggplant, which they no longer make. It's super sad. They have another purple color, but it doesn't. I think it's that one may be called Cosmopolitan. I'm not positive. No, it's not. That's the pink one. But anyways, I had both of these in my stash, and so I'm using them and love it. I had to go and find another ball, and I couldn't find it on Ravelry, but I was able to find a ball on eBay and ordered it. And it's Eggplant. It's a little bit off from the Eggplant I have, but I don't think it's going to matter. So yes, I'm so trying to get this off the needles quick, quick, quick. And so I can wear it. But yeah, it has paired together so well. I don't know if you can see the halo. I think the Cloudborne is like a Peruvian highland. Let me see if I have I don't know if I have a ball band. I do for the Aloft, but I don't know if I have one for the Cloudborne yarn. Let's see if I've got one. I don't think I do. Sorry. I got a little bit of a scratchy throat. Yeah, I don't for that one, but I know I've got it. I'm pretty sure it's linked on the project page, so I will link that below. But yes, I think that's the front. It's my Salty Day sweater. So I'm still working on my my sweater that I was working on from a Craftsy pattern, and I'm working on that, and that is a cardigan that is going to be, that you have to sew together, seam together, and so I'm working on that still. I've got the back done and one full front, and I'm getting ready to start on the next front, and then we'll go from there, but I'm going to start working on that one heavily as well, so I can have that to use as a layer piece as we get into the spring here. It's been actually kind of cold here in Phoenix lately, but I know everyone's kind of got some cold streaks going through. So I am working on a Jennifer Steingass colorwork sweater. So I guess I should stop and say, I decided probably 3 months ago or 2 months ago that I was going to do a sweater project, and I was going to do a colorwork, a cardigan, a pullover, a raglan, I'm sorry, and a bottom-up sweater. It was my goal. And really it was to try to get the best fit of a sweater. Sorry, let me take a sip of my tea. I apologize. But anyways, I'm doing all these different sweaters just to see which one gives me the best fit. And I should probably go back to say, if you look at, I think it's podcast 27, because this is 28. It was actually, I think, 26. I shared that I was not getting really good fits to my sweaters. I realized after I went to Craftsy. I used Craftsy years ago when I first started knitting. Those are the videos that I was using to help me learn to knit. And I went all the way back to it. I'm now an affiliate for Craftsy, so there will be a link below for that. But anyways, I decided that I was going to do a seamed sweater, seamed cardigan. I wanted to try to get the best fit. And I learned in going to one of the classes on Craftsy that I was measuring wrong. Don't know how that happened, but anyways, I was. So you can go back and watch that other podcast if you want to hear more. So when I decided that I was going to measure myself correctly, work from the right sizes in these patterns, I said, okay, what better way to do this but to take on some projects or to start different sweaters and try them and see which one gives me the best fit. And then going forward, because knitting a sweater can be a large investment. And you want to have something that you could, or I do, I want to have something I can wear at the end and not something that's either too tight, too large, and, any of those things. So I just wanted a really good fitting sweater. And so that's why I'm doing all this to say that's why I'm kind of doing this experiment, I guess you can say. But anyways, my color work sweater, I'm not that far on. You can barely see because I haven't put a lot of work into it yet, but this is it. So again, I'm using this is again stash yarn. One is a Knit Picks. The color in here is Knit Picks. And this is a Jennifer Stein Gast sweater. It's called Silver Lining. And if you go back to some of my other earlier podcasts, I have this on the needles, but I realized that I was knitting the wrong size. So I had quite a bit more done. And I am trying this in a different yarn and a different size. So we'll see what happens. But I haven't done much. Maybe I'll get some work on it over the weekend. It's called Silver Lining. And I do have a project page for this, but I like the colors. I haven't put much on it. I mean, it's itty bitty. Oh, and I've got all this. I got something. Oh, I know why I have that, because I counted stitches. But anyways, yeah. So I am really excited about this project as well. So that is my color work sweater. And then I think this is my last work in progress, I joined the League of Extraordinary Sock Knitters that Devin of Knitty McPurley now has, and it's a monthly sock club. And we are working through Summer Lee's sock book. So we are going to be knitting patterns from that sock book. And the first color, or the first set of yarn, or first month of yarn, was January. We had a January 1st cast on, and I did cast on January 1st. And we are doing, let's see if it's on that page and I can see, I think it's called, sorry, it's the striped socks. And I don't want to give any, because this is, so that's the Summer Lee pattern. That's the sock she did. And she's using like knit pick stroll for like the heels, toes, and cuffs. And then she just has random sock yarns, speckled sock yarns that she had. So we got a 20 gram mini, and then 10 gram minis in this sock club for this pattern. And these are two of the colors that I haven't wound up, but it came in here to make a striped patterns, the striped sock. And I decided to go a little bit rogue with my colors. So I'm using other than those two, I've wound up all of the colors and I'm using them from my sock yarn I received, sorry. And then I decided to add some speckled minis as well, because I have so many minis. And so I'm doing a stripe of the plain sock yarn that I got with the sock club. And then I was doing a stripe of, I'm doing the repeat in the speckle as well. So let me just show you because it's easier. So this is my first finished sock. So as you see here, this is just some yarn I have. This is a speckled yarn that I have from Yarnable. This is a Knitty McPurley color. The green is a Knitty McPurley. The gold is a Knitty McPurley. The pink is, and then I've put random speckled minis in between that. I absolutely love the way this has come out so far. So I can't wait to get these done so that I can wear them as the weather is still a little bit nice enough to wear socks when you go out, especially in the morning because it's been cool. But yeah, I'm super excited about this sock and getting it done. So I finished that one, and then I am almost to, I think I have maybe 20 more rounds. No, I don't even think it's that many more rounds that I have to do until I get to the heel. So this is sock 2. And I'm striping it exactly the same way that I did the first sock. So, but I'm loving this, and like I can't wait to get to the next set of stripes. So it's going pretty quickly, and yeah, love it. So that's what I am doing. And then I started another pair of socks because, I've got cast on itis right now. So I've been casting on a lot of stuff. But I decided to cast on another pair of socks. So I have this yarn from, I'm all over the place over here with my projects. I had 2 balls of this Peyton's Croy sock yarn that came with me. And I don't have my glasses over here, so I don't know if there's a color. It's called Sidewalk Chalk Stripes. And I love this yarn. This is just a good kind of workhorse type yarn. And I have lots of this in my stash, so I'm trying to work through that. But I decided to cast on a pair of socks. So I will tell you, I'm not going to point it out, but there is a mistake. And it's not a mistake. The first pair of socks that I was going to start with this yarn, I decided I didn't like. The pattern was just causing, and it's not the pattern. I was having difficulty with one of the repeats, and so I switched up. So I am now knitting the Crazy Sock Lady, Kayla of the Crazy Sock Ladies morning coffee socks, and I've knit these before. So this is what it looks like. And I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And this is a 6-row repeat, but it's super easy. And yeah, I am loving this sock. So I'm hoping to get, quite a bit more done on this weekend as well. And yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to give these to my daughter or if I'm going to keep them for me. I might keep them for me. But she's been asking me for a pair of socks. And she's also back in Colorado. She won't be moving here with us. But yeah, so I might give these to her. And then I owe my son a pair of socks. So the next time I go back to Denver, I'm going to grab some more Peyton's Croy, different colorway, and start on a pair of socks for my son for his birthday, which is on Valentine's Day. So, but yeah, these are my morning coffee socks. So, and I think that is it for my works in progress. So just life news, as I, stated in the beginning of the podcast, I am in the process of moving permanently to Phoenix, the Phoenix area. We won't be right in Phoenix. I'm still reading my book, Nightingale. Love this book. It's fantastic. And I got another one of her books for Christmas. This is Kristen Hanna. I think it's called Women. I think it's called The Woman or Women. I may even be in here with some of her other titles. This book is really, really good. So, anyways, if you get an opportunity, go check out her books. And yeah, love this. Love this title so far. It's really, really good book. It's a big book, and I typically just read in the evenings before I'm getting ready to lay down, and so I haven't gotten through a lot of it yet, but I am really getting into it now. And then not really watching a ton. I did get into a Netflix series. It's called Younger, and it's just super silly, but because I'm here by myself, I can binge on some of those things that David and I normally wouldn't watch together. And that's kind of what I did. And I liked it, but go check it out on Netflix if you're interested. But it's not one I would recommend necessarily say, oh, this is something that you have to see. It was just really, it was to relax. So I liked it, but not for everyone, I'm sure. And then I'm just doing my Bible study devotions. I've got my one book I'm working through, and then I'm working through reading through the Bible in a year. So those are kind of some of the things that I've got going on right now. I'm trying to still learn my way around. I think I mentioned in Vlogmas, traffic here is pretty intense. I'm currently in a temporary, I'm in a temporary place, which is located closer to downtown, just because it's close to where I work, which is the airport. And yeah, it's intense. So, but as I'm learning my way. Sorry, there's a lot of traffic out there. As I'm learning my way around, it's getting better. And I will tell you, there are a lot of really good food options here. So I'm loving that. So I was able to meet up with a girlfriend that I went to school with years ago. We were roommates actually in boarding school, and she lives here. And so we met up for dinner. She's on some vacation time right now. So when she gets back, we're going to meet up again. But that's really nice. She's part of a book club, and I'm going to join her book club probably. So I'm excited about that. So I'm really getting in, and hopefully I'll make some really good friends here. David and I are hoping that we'll meet other couples and we'll be able to do things. But we are really, really thrilled and excited about this move for us. So, yeah, I think that's probably about it for this podcast. I'm hoping to be back in 2 weeks. I know that I kind of said that last year and it was just hit or miss. I will tell you, towards the end of the year, September, October, November, that's when all this stuff was going on for this move. And there was a lot, I was taking a lot of trips back and forth to, there was interviews and all kinds of things that were happening. So my life was kind of upside down. And it's still kind of upside down, but at least I know what direction I'm going in. So it's a little bit better. And once we get settled in our home at the beginning of March or middle of March, things will really be a lot easier even. But my plan is to try and come back every 2 weeks. But I'm not going to make a ton of promises. So, but yeah, until next time, happy making, my friends.